Hello, hello, my dear students. I am SB Subramaniam, lecturer in commerce, CHSD St. Teresa's College for Women, Autonomous, Elur. In second year, third semester, we are discussing this corporate accounting subject for general computers and finance students also. In computers or general or finance, there are uh, in first topic in this second year third semester first topic for corporate accounting is share and share capital. For what share and share capital? For this topic it is meant for company accounts. Company, what is company? Before going to discuss company, we are already in second year or in first year or in intermediate we are discussed or already we learned about three types of organizations. One is sole trading, and second one is partnership, and third one is company, and so on and so forth. That is bank organizations, insurance organizations, cooperative sector organizations, etc. Before all these organizations, a you already learned in first intermediate and first year the accounting system of sole trading and partnership. Now we are going to discuss in second year in corporate accounting company accounts. A company organization grew out of the limitations and drawbacks of earlier forms of organizations, that is sole trading and partnership. A company represents the third stage in the evaluation of business organizations. The increased need of modern industry and commerce could not be fulfilled by the earlier organizations. Thus, most of the large-scale industries or business establishments are organized as joint stock companies. What is meant by a company? A company is a voluntary and autonomous association of certain persons with capital dividend into numerous transferable shares formed to carry out a particular purpose in common. It is created by following a process of law. It is an artificial. What is meant by a company? What is meant by a company? A company is an artificial person. It is invisible and intangible according to Section 311 of the Companies Act 1956 defines a company as a company formed and registered under this act or an existing company. So they in form of a company, there are so many characteristics are also there for a company. So it is involves separate legal entity, limited liability, separation of ownership and management, capital contribution, distribution of profit, transferability, shares, common seal, etc. What is kinds of companies? On the basis of incorporation, there are several types of companies are there. First one is statutory company. What is companies which are brought into existing and governed by special acts of the legislature are known as statutory companies. For example, RBI, LIC, UTI, etc. You are all known or you are all heard about RBI, Reserve Bank of India, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, UTI, Unit Trust of India. All these are governed and controlled by the central government. All these organizations are existed and brought into account by a special resolution. That's why it is called statutory company. Second one is chartered company. Companies which are incorporated under a special charter by royal charter which lays down objectives, rights, duties, etc. Of these companies are known as chartered companies. For example, East India Company, etc. Because companies which are incorporated under special charter. So special charter and in Parliament we were incorporated all these type of companies in a special charter. That's why the royal charter which lays down objectives. Third one is registered companies. Companies which are formed and registered under the Companies Act 1956 or registered under the provisions previous Companies Act. So on the Companies Act registration is called Companies Act. Then on the basis of liability, limited company, a company in which the liability of each member is limited to the extent of face value of shares held by him, such company is called companies limited by shares. So a company which liability is of a member is limited. That is limitation or liability of a company or a shareholder is very limited. That is called limited company. Guarantee company, where the liability of the members of a company is limited by memorandum to a fixed amount which the members undertake to contribute the assets of a company in case of its winding up. The company is called guarantee company. So guarantee means any person who give guarantee or liability, I mean members of the company are limited and their liability is also limited, guaranteed. All the people established in the company, all the people participate in the company, or they are guaranteed to the company's shareholders or their capital amount, etc. So unlimited company, unlimited companies are companies not having any limit on the limit of the its members. In the event of winding up, the members are liable to the full extent of their fortunes to meet the obligations of the company. So what is winding up? That is closing of a company. So at the time of closing of a company, unlimited companies are companies having any limit of the liability of the members. In the event of winding up, the members are liable to the full extent of their fortunes to meet the. So all the members are liable or share their amount to winding up of a company on the basis of public investment. Private company, a private company means a company which by its articles restrict the transfer of shares, number of members to 200, prohibits any invitation to the public or any for any shares, prohibits acceptance of deposits from the persons. All these private companies characteristics. Public company, public companies are those companies which are not private companies. All the above four restrictions are not imposed on such companies. Above three, private companies, registered companies, statutory companies, etc. All these companies are other than these companies, it is called public company. So here there is no limit to the members, minimum 7 members and maximum unlimited. Similarly, no restrictions for public companies. What is the next one? Because uh, because of time factor, I am simply explained about this company. As the next one, share capital of a company. Section 246 of the Companies Act defines as a share in the share capital of the company and includes stock, except where distinction between stock and share is expressed or implied. That is, a share of a person, a share of a amount in the capital of the company. So it is called share. So next one is the main divisions of share capital are as follows. There are 5 types of capital amounts are there. Capitals are there. First one is authorized capital, the amount of capital with which the company intends to be registered is called nominal or registered or authorized capital. It is the maximum amount which the company is authorized to raise by way of public subscription. Issued capital, the part of the authorized capital which is offered to the public for subscription is called issued capital. Subscribed capital, it is that part of the issued share capital which is actually taken up by the public. If the whole issued to share capital is not subscribed for by the public, or the balance of the issued share capital is called unsubscribed share capital. Called up capital, it is that portion of the subscribed capital which has been called up by the company. The difference between subscribed capital and called up capital is called known as uncalled capital. Paid up capital, it represents the amount received against the calls made in the share. The unpaid balance of the called up capital is called known as calls in arrears. So before going that, simply I explained in terms of numbers. Suppose a company going to register at register of a company, they are going to register a huge amount because suppose they want only 1 lakh of rupees, but they registered for 10 lakhs of rupees because in future they want much more amount to establish or expand the company. Then there is no chance to expand without any permission. For that purpose, a company is going to register with company in first time. It is called authorized capital. Next, issued capital. In that authorized capital, some amount, that is 10 lakhs, suppose the amount is authorized capital. In that 10 lakhs amount, they are going to called issued only 8 lakhs. Then it is called 8 lakhs is called issued capital. In that 8 lakhs also, now they are going to issue to the public some amount, that is suppose 6 lakhs amount, that is called subscribed capital. It is the part of the issued share capital which is actually taken up by the public. So subscribed capital is that much, 6 lakhs. So that in that 6 lakhs also, they want only now 4 lakhs only. They called only 4 lakhs capital. That's why that amount 4 lakhs is called up capital. It is the portion of the subscribed capital which has been called up by the company. The difference between the subscribed capital and called up capital is known as uncalled capital. So that is what amount are not called is called uncalled capital. Next one, in that 4 lakhs also, they want only 2 lakhs only now. Then they paid, they called and paid only 2 lakhs. That amount is called 2 lakhs. That 2 lakhs is called paid up capital. It represents the amount received against the calls made on the shares. Suppose some persons are not paid their share amount, that amount is called as an uncalled capital, or the unpaid balance of the called up capital is known as calls in arrears. Suppose all persons are not paid amount in time, and that is then it is called calls in arrears. Next one, types of shares. There are different types of shares in a company. Shares which can issued by a company are mainly two types. One is preference shares. The preference shares are those which have some preferential rights over the types of over other types of shares. Next one is equity shares. Equity shares with a reference to any company limited by shares are those which are not preference shares. Section 85 of 2 equity shares are known as ordinary shares. Stock. What is meant by stock? As per section 94(1)(c) of the Companies Act 1956, when all the shares of a company have been fully paid, they may be converted into stock. If so, authorized by the Articles of Association, it is another type of unit of share capital of a company. Share capital of a company cannot be offered directly in the form of stock. Stock is a consolidation of fully paid shares. It is a set of shares put together in a bundle of stock and has no definitive values. Difference between shares and stock. Shares, stock. Shares may be fully or partially paid up, but that stock for the purpose of conversion into stock, shares must be fully paid. It is not possible to transfer fraction of a share, but in the stock may be split into functional parts and transferred to as such. Shares are distinctively numbered. Stock bears no such a number. It is only originally issued by a company. Stock cannot be issued by originally. It may be always registered. It may or may not be registered. Shares are individual units of the company. Stocks are aggregate fully paid up shares. Next one. So this type of shares and stock, all these are comes under things and different types of shares and stock. Next one, issue of shares. Before going to discuss this issue of shares, now I am going to explain some part of this share. What is a share? A part of amount of capital in the company is called share. This share may be held by a person he is called a shareholder. Which amount of share he may held in that company is his liability is restricted to that amount only. That is called share. This share may be explained. This share may be collected from the persons by the company to the need extent of the need of the company. So issue of share. The share value may be collected in 4 stages. There on application, on allotment, on first call, and on second and final call. Or there are so many calls also there, but generally 4 stages are there: on application, on allotment, and first call, and second and final call. Shares may be issued and before that share value actually share value is 10 rupees. Suppose new company or startup companies they issue share in original value, that is 10 rupees share value. Suppose the startup companies, I am talking about startup companies are newly established companies. Suppose Reliance company, Tata company, all these type of companies are well established companies and well known companies and well goodwill companies in market. So they issue the companies, they issue their shares in different terms, in that as at par, at premium, at discount, etc. At par, if the price required to be paid to the company for the share is equal to the nominal value of that share, it is called issue at par. Example, 10 rupees equity share issued at a price of 10 rupees, that is original value. At par means original value of the share, original value of the share, that is suppose startup companies are newly established companies are there are no goodwill in the market, but they are going to gain new goodwill, and they are going to gain name of the company in the market. So in that situation, they issue their share at par. So their share at par means at 10 rupees, equal to their original value also 10 rupees. Suppose they issue 10 rupees, they issue 10 rupees, they issue this one is at a premium. If the price is required to be paid to the company for the share is more than the nominal value of the share, it is called premium. Example, 10 rupees equity share is issued at a price of 15 rupees. That is what we discussed. Actually, the share value of a company is always 10 rupees. Suppose the company is well established and well known to the so many persons, then the company goodwill also increased. Then automatically they issued shares at not an nominal value, that is 10 rupees. They issued at 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, etc. Also. Suppose now Reliance company or Tata company, they are not issued their value, their shares at nominal value. Always they have already earned so much of name in the society. So they issued their shares at a huge amount, that is at a premium amount. Similarly, shares issued at a discount. If the price required to be paid to the company for the share is less than the nominal value of the share, it is called at a discount. Example, 10 rupees equity share issued at a price of 8 rupees. That is, nominal value is of a share is always already I told, that is 10 rupees. Suppose a company is not gained any name, any goodwill in the market or in the society, then automatically their value is also decreased. Then automatically company issued their share at a discount rate, that is at 8 rupees or whatever it may be. So all this about issue of share and share capital are already in this about topic. We are already discussed what are the capital, different types of capitals, what are the different types of shares, and in what stages the amount may be collected. Next one, accounting treatment of issue of shares. What is it? When issue of shares are arised, when issue of shares are arised, there are so many accounting procedures. There are so many transactions are also there. For that, where accounting treatment, in what way we treat accounting system, and what way we are recorded in our accounting procedure. So on receipt of application money, bank account that are to share application account. That is amount to be collected on share application. So in that this is for the narration on dash shares, of dash share value of a company, dash amount of application amount may be collected by the company. That is called receipt of application of money. Second one, that application amount may be transferred to share capital. So then what entry may be registered is share application account that are to share capital account. So first entry, share application amount may be transferred to the share capital account. Next stage is allotment money. Allotment money due, that is share allotment account that are to share capital account. What is share allotment? That is we allotted shares to the public. Then we automatically collect that amount from their call share allotment amount. Then if they paid all the amount, then we entered the entry bank account data to share allotment account. Next one is first call, first call account data to share capital account. Next one, that amount may be received, that share first call account, bank account data to share first call account. Next one is share second call, share second call account data to share capital, and that amount also received bank account data to share capital account. So in this way, we record all the transactions done in the company for collecting of amount of share amount. That is, share amount always may be 10 rupees. That 10 rupees may be divided into generally 4 stages: on application, on allotment, on first call, and second call. Okay, some companies may give so many chances also: third call, fourth call, or final call, etc. But generally, in general, companies may call all the amounts in this 4 stages. Okay, that is on application, on allotment, on first call, on second call. Okay, so here due entry and received entry also there. That's why we record in 8 entries. We record 8 entries to accounting treatment in issue of shares. Next, for example, suppose we are giving an example problem. The authorized capital of a limited company is 2 lakhs, divided into 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Out of these, 15 shares have been issued to the public, payable on 2 rupees on application, 4 rupees on allotment, 2 rupees on first call, and 2 rupees on second and final call. Pass entries, general entries, and prepare balance sheet. All amounts have been duly received. So here, what we early we discussed authorized capital. What is authorized capital? What I told earlier is registered with a registered company. That is, here in this problem, authorized capital is 2 lakhs rupees. 2 lakhs rupees divided into 20,000 of rupees 10 each. So number of shares is 20,000 and number of amount is 10 rupees. So 20,000 into 10 rupees is called 20 lakhs. So 2 lakhs. That 2 lakhs is called authorized capital of the company. Out of 2 lakhs or out of 20,000 shares, they issued 15,000 only. So issued shares value, issued capital is 15,000. 15,000 into 10, that is 1,50,000. And issued to the public, payable on 2 rupees application, allotment, first call, second call. And they received all the amounts. They told they received all the amounts. So out of the after that issued, what is next? Called up capital. What is next? Subscribed capital, called up capital, and paid up capital. All these are equal because they received all the amount without any dues. So on our application, on allotment, and so on first application, how many shares are there? 15,000 share application. So 15,000 into 2 is 3 lakhs of share. 15,000 into 2, 30,000. 30,000 is a share application. And 4 rupees on allotment. 15,000 into 4, 60,000 is on allotment amount. 15,000 into 2, and that is 30,000 is first call amount. 15,000 into 2, the 30,000, that is second and final call amount. All these amounts are received. That in that amount, we record in this is accounting treatment is already we discussed in earlier slide. That is bank account data to equity share application account. That is 30,000, 30,000. That is receipt of application money on 50,000 shares at 2 rupees share. Yes, that was amount may be transferred to the share capital account. Equity share application account data to equity share capital account. That 30,000 is transferred to share capital account. Next one, what is allotment? So equity share allotment account that are to equity share capital account, 60,000, 60,000. Next one, that amount also transferred to share allotment amount. So bank account that are to share equity share allotment account. Next, what is next? Next, first call. So for first we have to write the due entry. Equity share first call account that are to equity share capital account, that is due entry. And next one, that amount may be received, bank account data to equity share first call account. Next, equity share second call account or final call account, 30,000 to it is received. So bank account data to equity share final call account. Next, all the calls amounts may be recorded, and all these one recorded and recorded in ledger, then automatically all ledgers accounts may be closed. Only bank account and share capital account may be remain unbalanced. So remaining accounts are all closed, because see, in first entry share application account is credited, and second entry share application account is debited, so it is closed. Similarly, in third and fourth, share capital is credited, fourth credited, and similarly first call debited and credited, second call debited and credited. So all these four stage accounts are closed. What remaining means bank account and share capital account. So these two accounts are remain bank. So bank account, if we close the bank account, we turn 1,50,000. How it arrived? Because we issued 15,000 shares at 10 rupees. So 15,000 into 10, 1,50,000. So that is cash at bank. Similarly here, liability side, authorized capital, it is not come into total. It is not come into total of the balance sheet. So authorized capital 20,000 shares. Actually we registered with the companies registered with 20,000 equity shares of 10 rupees. So 20,000 into 10, 2 lakhs rupees. Similar, next one, issued, subscribed, called up and paid up capital, 15,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, 1,50,000 shares. Okay, so in this way we closed that balance sheet. We closed that company's balance sheet. In some cases, some people, what we called either in a first call or second call or third call or a allotment. Suppose some people are not paid their amount, calls of amount, then it is called calls in arrears. In which stage? Either at an allotment or it in first call, or it in second call, or it in final call, or at any stage. So that is calls in arrears. For that stage, we have to write calls in arrears account data to share allotment account. Suppose here I explained for share allotment. If suppose first allotment amount they paid, first call or second call they not paid, then calls in arrears account data to share first call or second call. Whatever it may be, which call they not paid, which call amount they not paid, it right in credit side. The due is in debit side, because dues are losses are debited. That's why calls in arrears account to share allotment account. Similarly, some people enthusiastically paid their amount in advance, that is in advance, then automatically the above entry may be reversed. Bank account data to calls in advance account, calls in advance account data to particular account, that is either at an allotment or at an first call or at an second call. These two are quite opposite. If amount due, then it is called calls in arrears. If amount received in advance, it is a calls in advance. Okay, ma. Next one, issue of shares at a premium. Suppose company gained or get this goodwill in the market. Already I explained Reliance company, Tata company, or Birla company, whatever may be, the good name in the market. They issued shares at a premium. Then what is the entry to be right? That is share application account data to share premium account. That is the entry. Okay, for all these I explained in this next example. Suppose Luxury Cars Limited issued 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 5 rupees per share, payable as on application 4 rupees, including rupees 2 at premium per share, on allotment 8 rupees, including 3 rupees premium, on share on first call per share on 3 rupees per share. Applications received for 1 lakh shares, and allotment was made to all, make general entries. So here luxury company issued 1 lakh shares of 10 rupees each, 1 lakh shares issued. So there is no authorized or authorized company. They are not explained authorized company. So in this situation, we taken into consideration as all these are authorized, issued, subscribed, called up, and paid up. So all these 5 stages are compulsory to any company. So here they do not explain clearly authorized capital. So we take into consideration 1 lakh is shares is authorized or issued or subscribed. Okay, ma. Now 1 lakh shares of 10 each at a premium of 5 rupees per share. 5 rupees premium. They issued that shares at 5 rupees premium. This 5 rupees also divided into 2 stages. 2 rupees on application and 2 rupees on allotment. already I told what allotment premium at any stage, either at an allotment or first call or second call, whatever it may be. Here there is two types of two stages of premiums on application and on allotment also. 3 rupees on final call. So you total all the amount on application 4, allotment 8, and first call 3. 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 3, 15. So actually share value is 10, but premium is 5. So 10 plus 5, 15. 15, 15 equal. So here I am going to tell one more thing is share value if issued at par 10 equal to all the all these four installments application allotment, all these are four are equal to share value. But if it issued at premium, then it is exceed exceed or increase the value of share. 10 rupees plus 5 rupees 15 rupees, that 15 rupees may be collected at 4 8 3. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 3, 15. Suppose they issued at a discount, suppose 2 rupees discount, 10 rupees discount, 2 rupees discount, 10 minus 2, 8 rupees. So installments are automatically decreased. Okay, ma? Remember that. Okay, next one. How we record that entries? Bank account data to share application, because amount received on 1 lakh shares of rupees, because we 1 lakh shares at 4 rupees application. So 1 lakh into 4, 4 lakhs. So next, that application amount may be transferred to capital account and premium account. So share application 4 lakhs to share capital. Actually, what we share 1 lakh into 4 rupees. 1 lakh into 4 rupees. That 4 rupees may be divided into premium 2 rupees and actual amount 2 rupees. So 1 lakh into 2, 2 lakhs, and premium, share premium 1 lakh into 2, 2 lakhs. Share premium, we called it as share premium or security waiver, whatever it may be. Those two are equal, security premium or share premium, whatever, both one and the same words. Sometimes some writers are write it as a security premium, some writers write it as a share premium. Both one and the same. Don't confuse. Securities premium and share premium are one and the same. Next one, that amount, they mean allotment account. So share allotment account data to that amount share allotment, that is 8 rupees. So share allotment account data 8 lakhs to share capital. What amount? For 1, 2, that is 1 lakh into 4, 1 lakh into 5, 5 lakhs, and share premium 1 lakh into 3, 3 lakhs, total 8 lakhs. This amount will be transferred to allotment. Bank account data to share allotment account. Next one. Before this one, remember in first two entries, bank account, the amount may be received by the company in first stage. That's why bank entry comes first. Next, transfer entry. From third entry onwards, due entry first, and this one received entry is second one. Okay, so here allotment amount data to share capital account and share premium account. Similarly, the first call account data to share capital account 3 lakhs, and that amount is received totally. So bank account data to share final call 3 lakhs. Okay, ma. Issue of shares at a discount. In this previous example, we issued shares at a premium. Here, shares issued at a discount. Then what entry will be passed? That is share allotment account. If suppose that discount may be at the stage of allotment, share allotment account data to discount on issue of shares account data to share capital account. Suppose in next stage is similarly, next stage is forfeiture of shares. What is forfeiture? Means what is forfeiture? Means some persons are not paid amount of share value to the company, then what is it called? Calls in arrears. Already we discussed. Because some persons not paid their amount to the company for the lack of their amount, timely amount, lack of timely amount, or whatever may be the reason, or financial crisis of that person, whatever may be the reason, I don't know. We don't have the reason for that, but they due to the company. But at that time, the company wait for two calls, for two stages, for either at suppose allotment money and first call stage, then wait 2 stages. They give time to pay in two times, 2 installments. even though they do not paid 2 stages amount, then automatically they take back that shares to the company. The take back amount, the take back stage is called forfeiture of a shares. So actually, actually the forfeiture of shares is not existed in present situations of our Indian companies. It is totally abolished, but it is also an important stage. That's why I am telling this forfeiture of shares. For that forfeiture, what is forfeiture? Taking back shares from shareholders due to unable to pay the installment amount, either at the stage of allotment or either at the stage of first call or at the stage of second call, whatever may be the stage. But if they not paid the amount, calls amount, then automatically we received, we take back that share. That stage is called forfeiture of share. Then what entry may be passed? That is share capital account debtor amount called up, and what amount we called from that person to share forfeited account. That is amount already paid by the person. Already amount paid by the person to unpaid calls. What amount not paid by the person? What amount not paid by the person? That's why I clearly explained amount called up. That is number of shares into called up per share. Suppose 1000 shares are not paid, called up amount per share, suppose 6 rupees, 1000 into 6, 6000, and amount paid, the number of shares 1000 into 4 rupees. If they paid 4 rupees, amount not paid 2 rupees. Okay, next, this put in above entry share capital account data 1000 into 6, 6000. To share forfeited, already they paid 1000 into 4, 4000. Unpaid 1000 into 2, unpaid amount. Okay, similarly, understand. So that is the explanation to this amount called up, number of shares and called up per share, number of shares and amount per share, number of shares and amount called up and paid up. For all this, I explained a big problem or all adjustments problem. You can easily understand all the stages, all the explanation what I told earlier in this problem. You can easily understood. Okay, ma? A company issued for a public subscription 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2 rupees per share as under subscription. Subscription 40,000 shares. Understood? So authorized capital or issued capital or subscribed capital is 40,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2 rupees. So premium share is 2 rupees, actual share value is 10 rupees, number of shares issued is 40,000 and authorized or issued or subscribed as 40,000. Okay, what is the stages? Or on application 2 rupees per share, on allotment 5 rupees per share including premium. What is premium? You told 10 rupees, 2 rupees, 5 rupees. 5 rupees means 2 rupees including premium 2 rupees. So actual amount, allotment amount is 3 rupees and premium amount is 2 rupees. On first call 2 rupees and on final call 3 rupees. Applications were received for 70,000 shares. Here, you listen, we issued or we subscribed only 40,000 shares, but we received 70,000 shares of application. 70,000 share application. 70,000 share application. So how we adjust? We actually we have only 40,000. Suppose in general, suppose we have 4 suites, but number of persons attended to the party is 7 persons. How we share? Here also 40,000 shares and 70,000 shares. Allotment was made on pro rata to the applicant for the 50,000 shares. The remaining applications being refused. So listen to me. 70,000 shares applications were received. We allotted only 50,000 on pro rata. What is pro rata? Adjustment. Adjustment or on a fraction of amount they paid or adjustment of the shareholders. We actually have 40,000, but we received 70,000. 30,000 share applications were over subscription. Out of 30,000, we adjusted 50,000. So what about remaining? All remaining 20,000 were refused or get back or refuse or get return to the application holder. Money overpaid on applications were applied towards some due on allotment. A, who 1500 shares were allotted, failed to pay the allotment and call money. B, to whom 2000 shares were allotted, failed to pay the two calls. The share of A and B were subsequently forfeited after the second calls were made. 3000 of the forfeited shares were reissued at 15,000 per share, fully paid. The reissued shares include of all A shares. Past general entries in the books of the company to record the above transaction. So here once again I am explaining the problem. We issued 40,000 applications, but we received 70,000 applications. So it is over subscription due to the company's over goodwill or well fame of the company or over name familiar to the public. Then automatically we receive number of shares over and over. So 30,000 shares were share applications were received in over. So out of 30,000 we adjusted up to 50,000. Up to for 70,000 applications we adjusted for 50,000. What about remaining 20,000? We simply refused. We simply rejected, and they will received amount written back. For 50,000 we adjusted amount for pro rata basis, and over about payment amount on application were adjusted to allotment. A person A who allotted 1500 shares failed to pay allotment and call also. B, 2000 shares were allotted, failed to pay two calls. All these shares were forfeited after second call. Out of these 3000 shares, we issued for reissue at 8 rupees per share. For all these things, we record how working notes, because there is a number of adjustments are there also. Because for 40,000 shares we issued 50,000 50,000 shares. Share ratio is 40,000 is to 50,000. That is 4:5 adjustment. Because already explained. For 70,000 we received, but we adjusted only for 50,000. So for 40,000 shares we adjusted 50,000. The ratio, taken into consideration ratio, that is pro rata 4:5. A was allotted 1500 shares. Already they told. So 1500 into 5 by 4, 1875. They applied for 1875 shares, but they issued only 1500. They allotted only 1500. 1875. They applied for 1875 applications. They applied for 1875 shares. They allotted only 1500. So A paid on application 1875 into 2, 3750. A was allotted only 1500 shares. So actually he paid only on actually we have to receive only 1500 to 2, 3000. So 750 is excess amount, surplus amount transferred to share allotment, because in problem they told that excess amount or paid amount may be adjusted to allotment amount. So 750 is adjusted to allotment amount. So total amount due on allotment, how many? 40,000 into 5, that is 2 lakhs. Less surplus adjusted from share application. Share application, what amount will be? 20,000. So 20,000 is 2 lakhs minus 20,000, that is 1 lakh amount due actually on allotment. So less arrears from A. Due actually 7,500, less surplus amount 750. So 7,500 minus 750. How many amount ought to be taken from A? 1500 into 5, 7,500. Out of 7,500, he actually already paid 750. So yet to be paid is 6,750. Amount to be received on allotment out of 1,80,000, 6,750 is not received by the A. So actual amount received by this one is 1,73,750. Sorry, 1,73,250. Similarly, amount due on first call 40,000 into 2, 80,000. less arrears from A and B. What amount that is on A 1500 into 2, on B 2000 into 2. 1500 into 2 6000, 200 into 2 4000. So, sorry, 1500 into 2 3000, 2000 into 2 4000, the total amount 7000. Hence, amount received 80,000 minus 77,000 is 73,000 on allotment. Similarly, on second call, 40,000 into 3, 1,20,000, less arrears from A and B. What I explained in first call, 1500 into 3, 4,500, 2,000 into 3, 6,000. So, total 10,500. Amount received on second call is 1,09,500. So, amount forfeited by A and B. What amount paid by A? That is already we explained. That is the amount paid by the A on 3,000. And on B, what amount 1,500 and 3,750 and 2,000 into 5, 10,000. Amount forfeited on 3,000 shares from A 3,750 and from B 10,000 minus 2,000 1,500, total 3,750. Then total amount to be received 11,250 less discount allowed to be on reissue, because amount that forfeited shares were issued, that forfeited shares were reissued at discount amount, that is 8 rupees per share. That's why discount allowed on reissue is 6,000. That is 6,000. Next, balance on transfer to capital reserve is 6,250. So for all these things, we write entries. Bank account debtor 1,40,000 to share application 1,40,000, because being share application money on received 70,000 shares. Remember, we received 70,000 shares applications. That's why we received 70,000 into 2. 1,40,000 amount. That 1,40,000 amount will be divided in 3 stages. That is and transfer. Divided and transfer. That is share application account debtor 1,40,000 to share capital. How much actually we have? 50,000, 15,000. So 50,000 into 2. And similarly, share allotment adjusted amount 20,000. Bank account refused amount 20,000 shares. So 20,000, that is 40,000. So similarly, we allocate that total application amount 1,40,000 into 80,000, 20,000 and 40,000. Okay, sir. Share allotment account debtor. What amount to be received on allotment? That is 15,000 and allotment 2 lakh. To share capital account 1 lakh and security premium. Already I told either it is called security premium or share premium. Whatever be both one and the same. Security premium or share premium amount. Whatever be both one and the same. So 1,20,000 and 80,000, total 2 lakh. Share allotment amount June 40,000 sharing 5 rupees per share, including 2 rupees per share on premium. So 3 rupees on allotment. Actual amount on allotment is 3 rupees and 2 rupees on premium. Okay, ma. So 40,000 into 3, 1,20,000 and 40,000 into 2, 80,000. Okay, that amount received. Next, fourth entry is amount received on allotment. But here, A called Jew, 1,500 shares holder, that is A, called A person not paid 1,500 shares amount. That's why bank account already we calculated and we explained in the working notes. So bank account debtor, what amount received on allotment? 1,73,250. Calls in arrears, what amount? 6,750 not paid on allotment. A not paid on allotment is 6,750. To share allotment 1,80,000. Similarly, share first call account debtor to share capital account. What amount? On first 40,000 shares of rupees, 2 rupees, 80,000 is 80,000. What amount not received? Calls in arrears 7,000 already shown in working note. So bank account debtor 73,000, calls in arrears account debtor 7,000. That is to share capital first call 73,000 and 7,000, 80,000. Similarly, second call, share second call account debtor to share capital account 40,000 into 3, 1,20,000, 1,20,000. But here also amount not paid with the A and B. So bank account debtor 1,09,500, calls in arrears already we shown in working notes. So calls in areas 10,500 to second call and final call 1 lakh. Of these forfeited shares, we issued forfeiture. So reissued, we reissued, then automatically share capital forfeiture. What is forfeiture amount? That is forfeiture entry. Share capital account at are 35,000. Security premium or share premium account at are 3,000. Already explained in detail in working notes. Two calls in areas 24,250. Share forfeited account 15,750. Similarly, that amount, that shares forfeited were reissued. Bank account debtor 24,000. Share forfeited account debtor, what amount received actually on forfeited share is 6,000. Total amount share capital 30,000. The balance are loss on reissue of forfeited share were transferred to capital reserve, and what amount on share forfeited were kept in reserve is called capital reserve. That is share forfeited account debtor 5,250 to capital reserve 5,250. This amount is also explained or calculated in our working note. Okay, ma. This is the way of entries to be passed. This is the way of entries to be passed at the time of issue of shares, forfeiture of share, calls in area, issued at premium, issued at discount, issued at par, or forfeited shares reissued at a discount amount, and remaining balance amount transferred to the capital reserve. So this is all issue of share at par, at premium, at discount, or that unpaid amount shares were forfeited, and that also forfeited shares are also reissued at a discount. Understood? Next one, bonus shares. What is bonus share? Here, bonus, I think you are all known, widely well-noted word bonus. How? What is bonus? Amount access to the public, amount paid to the employee, or amount paid to the actual amount paid to the employee, over and amount the over and above amount paid to the persons or employees. That is called bonus. Okay, for this bonus shares are also issued. Bonus shares in companies, companies issued to the public or issued to the their not public, sorry, not issued to the this bonus shares were issued to the shareholders if the company gained, if the company gained so much of profit, and then automatically they issue bonus shares to the shareholders. Company paid the bonus either in terms of shares, or in terms of cash, or in terms of kind, or in terms of things, whatever it may be. Company may pay the bonus in various situations, in various types also, no, in various types, because bonus share in way of share, or in way of cash, in way of things, or in way of kind, or whatever it may be. Here we discuss bonus share. Before issue of bonus share, company had huge profits, or huge share premium, or huge profit and loss account balance, or huge reserves, or huge accumulated profit, whatever it may be. Then only the company may think about this bonus share. Over and over profit, and over and over premiums, over and over amounts accumulated in the company, then the company is going to issue this bonus share. Example, the Producers Limited balance sheet as follows. On 31st March 18, 30,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid, 18,000 shares, 10% redeemable preference shares of 10 rupees each fully paid, 4,000, 15,000 redeemable preference shares of 10 rupees each, 8 rupees paid, general reserve 10,000, securities premium, that is share premium 15,000, profit and loss account 80,000, capital reserve 20,000, preference shares are redeemed on 1/4 at a premium of rupees 2 per share. For redemption, 4,000 equity shares, 10 rupees each, are issued at 10% premium. A bonus issue of equity shares were made at par, 2 shares being issued for every 5 held on that date. Show the general entries to the record of the above transaction. Here, Producer Company Limited had capital 30,000 equity shares of 10 rupees, 80,000 redeemable preference shares. They had two types of shares. One is preference shares and another is equity shares. One is preference shares and another is equity shares. They paid so and so. They also have general reserve 12,000, securities premium or share premium 15,000, profit and loss account 80,000, and capital reserve 20,000. So they had a plenty of amount. They had a plenty of huge amount, accumulated amount in their balance sheet. So they are going to decide to give preference share. They are going to decide to give share, bonus to the shareholder. In what way? It is preference share redeemed on 148 at a premium of 2 rupees per share. So they are going to redeem the preference shares. How many preference shares are there? 18,000. So 18,000 into 10. How much? Each fully paid 4,000, 15% redeemable preference shares of 10 each, 8 paid, and so they are going to redeem all preference shares. First person's 10% preference shareholders fully paid, and 15% preference shares paid only 8%, 8 rupees only. So they redeemed all these persons. A bonus issue of equity shares also made at par, 2 shares being issued for every 5 held on that date. So entries. What entries? That for this we are going to use all these amounts they have. That is general reserve 12,000, securities 15,000, profit and loss account 80,000, capital reserve 20,000. Altogether 80 plus 20, 1 lakh plus 15, 1 lakh 15 plus general reserve 12,000, 1 lakh 15 plus 12, 1 lakh 27,000 of amount all they had in their balance sheet. So for that purpose we calculate in this way. So we redeemed preference shares in what way? 10 preferential capital account that are 1,80,000 premium on redemption, because we are paying at premium of 10%. So premium on redemption of preference share capital, that is 36,000 to preference shareholders 2,16,000, being amount payable on redemption of 18,000 preference shares with a premium of 2%. 18,000 by 2%, that is 18,000 into 10, 1,80,000. 1,80,000 into 2, that is a premium 36,000. Okay, ma. 18,000 preference shares at 10 rupees. 18,000 into 10, 1,80,000. 1,80,000 into 2%, 36,000. So 1,80,000 plus 36,000, 2,16,000. So that amount may be paid. Bank account debtor 44,000 to equity share capital to securities premium 4,000. Because being the amount received on issue of 4,000 equity shares of 10 each made with a premium of 10 rupees for the purpose of redemption of preference shares at a premium of board's resolution dated. So because we issued share capital, equity shareholders also amount 44,000 into, that is 44,000, 40,000, 4,000. Similarly, securities premium account at are 19,000, profit and loss account at are 17,000. To premium redemption of preference share capital 36,000. So here in the first entry 36,000 amount may be redeemed. That 36,000 we gain from this securities premium 18,000, 19,000, and profit and loss account 17,000. Okay, ma. Next one. What about remaining this 44,000 of share capital, equity share capital? Capital reserve account that are 1,20,000, profit and loss account that are 20,000, to capital redemption fund 1,40,000. Preference shareholders account that are 2,16,000. That amount, what amount may be paid? Preference shareholders account that are 2,16,000 to bank account of 2,16,000, because preference shareholders may be redeemed. Total abolition, total repaid, total repayment. So preference shareholder first entry 2,16,000 remained. So preference shareholders account data to bank account 2,16,000, 2 lakh. Similarly, capital redemption reserve account data to bonus to shareholders 1,20,000, 1,20,000. So bonus to shareholders account data 1,20,000 to equity share capital 1,20,000. So being the amount capitalized by issue of bonus share. So this is all issue of shares, redemption of shares, and bonus share and forfeiture of share, all things. Next, a small topic is there, that is buyback of shares. Buyback of shares means that any company may purchase their own shares or other specified securities according to section 77A of 1 of the Companies Act 1999. A company may purchase its own shares or other securities out of its free reserve securities premium account. The proceeds of any shares or other specified securities. Buyback means shares of that any company purchased or own their own shares or other securities also, because sometimes we have huge amount of reserves, we have huge amount of amounts are there in our balance sheet, reserves or profit and loss account or premiums, whatever it may be, all amounts, huge amounts are there in our balance sheet, liability side, that automatically we purchase some shares from either of our company or either from our company shares or other companies also. That one is called buyback share. So buyback shares means that any company may purchase their own shares or other specified securities. Other specified securities means other outside companies or same companies, whatever it may be. For this, the Companies Act 77A, one of the Companies Act 1999. A company may purchase its own shares or other securities out of its, what I told, its free reserves, the securities premium account, the proceeds of any shares or other specified securities. So, what is the advantages of buyback? Companies having large amount of free reserves or free is used funds to acquire shares and other specified securities under the buyback process. So, companies having large amount of free reserves means reserves, huge reserves, accumulated reserves from the company purchasing or company having accumulated their reserve amount. That amount may be utilized for this purpose of purchase of this buyback. Companies having large amount of free reserves, so not restriction, no restriction on that reserve. Free use of funds to acquire shares and other specified securities. Similarly, buyback shares is helpful to company to reduce its share capital. If we are going to reduce our capital, we purchase, we take into account the buyback shares in helpful to reduce our share capital. Means because share capital is a liability at any time, at the time of disclosing of the company, at the time of closing of a company, at the time of amalgamated, at the time of disclosing of the company, we have to pay, redeem, to repay the capital amount. Then automatically at the stage of buyback, we can take into account this buyback, helpful to reduce its share capital. Similarly, buyback of shares is helpful to improvement in the value of shares. Suppose we reduce share capital, it shows, it explains, it shows to the market people that the company is going to very improvement in their value of shares. Automatically, buyback shares are reducing share capital means it shows a positive response, positive wave to the public in the society. So, helpful to improvement of our company value of share. Similarly, avoid high financial risk and ensure maximum return to the shareholder, because financial risk also reduced and ensure maximum return to the shareholder, because we are purchasing our shares to other persons and we are reducing our share capital, our liability. It shows, already explained, already I told, that is positive response, positive energy, positive explanation to the public that the company is going to raise. So high financial risk and ensure maximum return to the shareholders. Shareholders may get high return of share value of the company. What are the disadvantages? All the control of buyback of shares in the hands of promoters, all the control of buyback of shares in the hands of promoters. So results of companies which the position of minority shareholders in weak. So buyback, what are the disadvantages means? Minority shareholders may get dissolved, may get means very minus. So results of company which the position of minority shareholders weak, they main weak. The share company, the value of share may be weak in the buyback share term. Though the promoters before the buyback may understand the earnings by manipulating accounting policies and highlight other unfavorable factors affecting the earnings. So this type of unfavorable conditions, unfavorable earnings also affect the company's share value. Sometimes only. Similarly, high buyback of share may lead to artificial manipulation of stock price in the stock exchange, confusion in much more. So, high buyback of share may be lead to artificial manipulation. Artificial. Buyback means artificial. In long back, there so many companies are there. Similarly, in nowadays also, huge companies huge companies on fine night or one fine morning, they close down their company board. They taken away the company. Night, they close their company. It is very unfortunate to the shareholders position because they lost so much of amount. So buyback system, one side it is a very goodful to public shareholders, and another side it is very bad to the shareholders also. So in this way, I am going to close my topic, first topic, in simple manner only. In simple manner only. If suppose you want much more explanation, I will give some more examples in next class. Okay, ma? Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.